video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Friday. And yes, you heard Friday because we worked so hard to now sit back, relax, and talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. We're getting after it today, so if you're ready for the zest, the news, the education post-Halloween, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the stream out with friends so more people know what's going on here. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers. Say good morning to me as I say good morning to you. Also, check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off. Head over to Gemini, trade $100 in crypto, get 15 bucks in Bitcoin. And I'm going to say good morning to every single one of you. Please make sure you're subscribing to the channel as well because we do have a subscriber goal. Let me load that up really quick, which is 17,340 subs. We're 19 away, and I'm so bullish, and I think we can do it. I think we can do it, my friends. I think we can do it. Right, so John, I see Archie's in the chat this morning. Much love to Archie, John's son. We have a lot of familia that's watching the show. Oh, right off the bat, shout out to our beautiful, beautiful Golden for 50 memberships, starting us off. Oh boy, oh boy. Sorry, my earbud has been glitching so much lately. They're not working right. Also, shout out to Allset that gave 5 memberships as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You guys are so amazing. I appreciate you. My dad and Emma do not have emojis. 1 second. Oh my gosh. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Guys, let's get after it. I want to say good morning to every single one of you guys in the chat. We got Lasers, Allset, Kai, good morning. Black Hat, good morning. We have David, Bulls, Aquarian, Loot in the Boots. Let's see, Nash, good morning. Who else? We have Johnny is here. Welcome. Nash is chilling. Casper, good morning. And old Cass and happy Friday, he says. Love your zest, my friend. In my hero. Oh, I'm my hero. Good morning. Apologies. Apologies. Yukio on X, Andy S. So I made it today. Rough couple days. I'm raining love on you, Andy S. I hope everything's okay. We got Gary on multiple platforms. Tommy, 2 liters. Good morning. Crimson's on X today. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. Romo is here. Oh my gosh. Now I'm all thrown off because my chat is full of membership-y Crypto Cajun. Guys, if I didn't say good morning to you, please yell at me so I can make sure I get you over there. GBK Trading, welcome. We got Ivan, Auto Cough Cough, Dynastic, Zach is here, GT. Let's see. I think, oh, Lurking Class, good morning. Nice to see ya. Oh, my emoji friend is here. Keen Bean, good morning. John Legend says like, share, yes. Thank you, John Legend. Guys, please make sure you're smashing the likes, subscribing to the channel, sharing it out with friends because, darn it, we are getting after it today. We are getting after it. And we have a lot to cover. So we're going to do that. And also, oh, Piano Matty B is here.
The sound check.
Baby, it's a sound check. I'm gonna check this sweet mic. Why don't you check yours too? Shout out to you. Guys, tune into Piano Matty B Friday and Saturday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. He goes live and plays at the Piano Bar IRL and streams it for our love and entertainment. I appreciate that. Ron L, good morning. Oh, this is the dress y'all picked the other day because we hit our goal for supers. So this is the dress as requested. So it was actually, this was in the lead, but then as I exited the stream, I believe they came pretty close, but this originally won. So this is the one I'm wearing right now. Maybe I hit the red one, option number 2 next time. But let me know if you guys are bullish on the blue dress. Let me know your thoughts. Do y'all like it? Is it good? Is it fun? Is this what y'all wanted? Put a 1 or a yes emoji, 2 or no emoji if this is the vibe or not. How was my Halloween? It was good. I laid low. You know, I went to dinner and just chilled because, again, like, it was just, I've had a long week. had a long week. Things have been crazy. But I'm very happy that I enjoyed some good dinner last night. And that's really all that matters is food. I love food. And so now I'm just going to chill over the weekend as well, recoup, rezest, and then be back on Monday as usual. So I hope you guys like the dress. Hope y'all are bullish on it. And yeah. All right, we're going to get after it, my friends. Randy's been hitting the gym, looking good, feeling good. Thank you, hero. I do work hard in the gym. I do. My arms are still sore from not yesterday, the day before. Yesterday, I had no time to hit the gym. Today, maybe. I don't know if I'm up to it, though. We're going to see. But I definitely, oh my gosh. I thank God I hit the gym because I feel so good. It actually really helps the mental. Like, you don't feel good. You're kind of like, meh. And then you hit the gym, and it's just like the whole world is like zesty. You know what I mean? Right, Kashi? With the heart? Oh, raining zest. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get after it. We're going to go over the market recap. Where Immutable is taking a huge hit today. We're going to jump into why. And I also included it in the thumbnail because it is breaking news. And Gary Gensler is not giving up his crypto crusade. We have Hex that's up 8%, along with Pulse up 5%. I heard Richard Hart is going to court. I haven't really heard any finite. I could double check because as of last time I checked, I didn't see any finite like, oh, Richard Hart is going to court. The last thing you heard was like in August. So there's not much on Richard Hart right now. Like I said, apparently he's gonna be in court. That's what some Hexicans have been saying on X. I just haven't really seen that press release or anything to that degree, or really anything from Richard Hart regarding that. So we're going to keep moving on, though. That's a little Hex update for you. We'll see what happens with Hex eventually. I think Richard Hart might make some interesting points in court, which I don't think Gary Gensler and his little peeps want to hear right now. But Richard Hart, for whether you like the man or not, he's pretty smart. He knows what he's talking about. He's a good talker. He knows what to say. And so I think he's going to bring up some interesting points in court, especially the fact that, listen, whether you like Hex or not, and all of these other projects that the SEC goes after, how can you really go after them when there are no laws of the land? I'm going to save that rant for a little bit later when we talk about Immutable. However, we're going to look at Bitcoin right now. That's trying to crack that 71K this morning. We did fall below 69. We were at 68.7 just about yesterday. Not yesterday, earlier today on this candle. However, we want to close above 70K. We ideally want to challenge the highs from a few days ago, that candle close of around 72.7, and challenge that 73.2, which is the highest daily candle close we've had, period. And we want to attack those all-time highs, which we were just a few $100s away from a few days ago when I was on Newsmax, which was the 29th. Right now, we have Bitcoin looking at that bullish scenario, the near-term bullish of 71.5. That was the top of our range that I would consider from 52K up to that, like I said, 71.5. We have the red dot printed here on Market Cipher. I hope that this is just a mistake and it goes away. Although if we do retrace over the weekend, that's pretty typical. Bitcoin doesn't really do much on the weekends. The VWAP is down below that zero line. She is bearish right now, although the money flow still looks pretty good as of right now. Looking at this RSI that was overbought, we had that downtrend as you typically do when you have overbought levels. It wasn't a strong overbought like it was back here in October and in October of last year, and then March of this year and February of this year. We didn't have that strong overbought zest. We were lacking that zest, and it was clearly showing. Although the RSI is now rebounding, and nonetheless, it has been bullish the entire time. So we were going to hold that, hopefully, and challenge 71.5. Ultimately, like I said, we want 72.7. 72.7. Let's get it. I think Bitcoin, it could be zesty. Can Bitcoin just really pop off and hit new highs today? Absolutely. That's how close we are. If you really want to do the math, if you want to do the math from this exact moment to the highs, right where the candle is right now, let's get our little ruler. Let's get our ruler. This to the highs, we're only about 4.5% away. Just under 4.5% away. Don't mess around, my friends. Don't mess around, because we're definitely going to find out. Bitcoin looking beautiful. I like where she's at. I'm not upset with it whatsoever. Seems like we're going to hit that 71K right now. Is that happening? Is that happening? I saw 79.99. 9. Ooh, Bitcoin playing games with us today. Bitcoin's playing games. Wow, shoo. Looking at Ethereum, my friends, $2,562, up 1.9%. Still within this range of around 2330 to this 2770. 2770 is our ultimate bullish scenario right now, as the selling pressure is immense. But first, you gotta pass the 2340. That's what we're looking at. Over here, we have market Cipher telling us that the momentum really wasn't that great on ETH. We still have a red dot printed here, and the money flow curving down towards that negative direction, maybe crossing below that zero line over the weekend if the hype doesn't continue. We also have the VWAP that is bearish, strongly going below that zero line. RSI, my friends, is now bullish, crossing over that neutral line. It was bearish after a strong retrace after quite the pump, and it's good to see that the RSI is now recovering and going back into that bullish territory. I'm happy about it. Looking good. Looking good, little Ethy Poo. Looking good. We have Litecoin at $70. We rejected the 200-day SMA for 2 days in a row now. Hopefully this is the day where we pass it. Third day's a charm, maybe. 200-day SMA is at $72. Bullishly, we're looking at that $75, $76. That's where a lot of selling pressure lies, and if we don't pass it, I'm going to cry. Bearish level to watch is $63. Seems like we are just really stuck in between that 75 and that 63. Looking at market Cipher, red dot has been printed even earlier than everything else. Yesterday it was printed versus Ethereum, which was more today. Momentum is sliding. The VWAP is sliding down as well. We have this green money flow that's still here, but not curving in the way we want it to. We do have over here the RSI that bounced out of that bearish zone and is now bullish, so I'm enjoying that. So let's hope that that momentum continues. We have some good momentum actually on market Cipher and with the RSI as well. Oh boy, shout out to Alex of Crypto and the Otter Gang. Otter Gang. Nice to see everybody today. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes and sharing this out. This time next week, crypto market could be in green mode mania. I hope so. Right, No G? Hi, No. Hi, No. Shout out to you. We're going to keep going. I'll be bullish on Tuesday. I'll buy Monday. Typically, Mondays are the volatile days. Typically, Mondays are boring, but seems like Sunday has been the zesty day to trade if you guys have been paying attention recently. Sundays, Bitcoin typically sometimes has a little tick upwards, and you're like, what's going on? It's Sunday. It's not that exciting. But you know that the Asian market's open, so then that makes sense as to why late Sundays, Bitcoin starts to get a little spicy. Ooh, now we're at 71.1. Nice. 71.5 is the target. Seems like we're making some moves on Bitcoin. We're up 1.3%. Yay! Go Bitcoin. Bitcoin looking snazzy today. 71.5. That's the goal. That's the goal. That's the goal. We also see that the price drop led to $250 million in bullish liquidations. This is why I said it the other day. Bitcoin trading, Bitcoin and crypto in general at these levels where we're in price discovery, it gets tricky, my friends, because this is when Bitcoin either really pops off and goes to Vahali or it goes in the negative direction and shocks everybody. And I'm surprised that people didn't expect to go below 70K again. Bitcoin likes to mess around and find out, and people always fall for it every time. Bitcoin price fell nearly 4% in the past 24 hours amid continual profit taking ahead of the weekend, causing a wider market to retreat, leading to over $250 million in bullish bets liquidated. Other major cryptos fell in tandem, with overall market cap falling 5.5%. The Fear and Greed Index, a sentiment and volatility tracker for the market, flashed extreme greed levels on Thursday, historically a sign of local tops. And I find that funny because I sometimes don't pay attention to the Fear and Greed Index. I think a lot of the time it's inaccurate, where everyone was panicking yesterday, but look at Bitcoin today starting to rebound. So once everyone starts to panic and it's so greedy, then Bitcoin slips, people go into fear again, and then it picks up. Oh, come on, man. It's just how the market works. Number isn't going to go straight up. You need to come back down. You need to humble yourself. Did we retrace all of our gains? No, we didn't. Though we did give back some of it from that 69 to around 72.7 level. That's okay. We had a really nice run with Bitcoin. You gotta balance it out. That's how it works. It's how it works. And how does Gary Gensler work, my friends? Put fire emoji, Gary Gensler emojis, please.
Hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
Gary Gensler, the SEC, back at it again. And you would think Gary Gensler would try to play nice. Gary Gensler would say, hey, man, you know, if Donnie T wins the marathon, my booty's out the door and I'm getting fired on day one. Maybe I should play it cool. Maybe let's actually make friends with the crypto community. Maybe like take a picture with somebody from the crypto community. Say, yay, Bitcoin. Quite the opposite. As the SEC is now giving a Wells notice, slapping them. And who is it? It's Immutable, which is better known for its gaming platform that it has. Now, Immutable says that it received a Wells notice by the SEC, and I'm going to actually go to their blog post directly, where they wrote, defending digital ownership in gaming, Immutable's response to the SEC notice. They did a little TLDR and said Immutable has been issued a Wells notice by the SEC, their latest in their de facto policy of regulation via enforcement that has targeted leading companies across almost every category in Web3. Immutable joins Coinbase, Consensus, Ripple, OpenSea, Crypto.com, and others who have all faced SEC escalations, many in the last 2 months before the U.S. Marathon. Immutable has been building since 2018 to upgrade a limited property system for the $110 billion plus of in-game items sold each year. We are confident in the legality of our assets and services, in the value digital ownership can bring to 3.1 billion gamers across the world, and in the power of blockchain to create a better internet. If required, we will fight for these rights and those of our industry vigorously. They even wrote that they're frustrated, and then they even noted SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, who went in front of the whole country on TV in a hearing, sitting next to Gary Gensler, saying, you know what, this has been confusing and there's no reason for it. Why is the SEC coming after everybody when there's really no laws of the land? She agrees with that. They quoted her saying, leaving crypto to be addressed in an endless series of misguided and overreaching cases has been and continues to be a consequential mistake. They started talking about OpenSea, Ripple, and that they said all of this is unfairly hindering companies that are trying to build real products. Immutable is striving hard to build the infrastructure necessary to onboard billions of people into Web3 via games. Prior to the issuance of the Wells notice, there are often multiple months of interviews and conversations between company counsel and the SEC, so the SEC can fully understand the situation. Instead, in our very first interaction with the SEC, we were told a Wells notice would be issued to the company within the week. We then received it within hours. What's more, the notice simply cited statutory provisions and contained a limited meaningful detail about the nature of the investigation. We counted fewer than 20 words of material explanation. Less than 20 words? You're telling me that Gary Gensler couldn't put together one solid paragraph of thought? Barely two sentences they could put together about what they think Immutable did wrong? When, hold on, there are no rules of the land. There's no basis for what a crypto security is. And Brian Armstrong, whether you like the man or not, made a very interesting point, because there is so many contradictory statements made by the SEC. And you know what? No one holds them accountable. Not one person. Let's get that chart that he posted again. We're going to pull this up right now because this is ridiculous. This is the chart that he posted, Brian Armstrong, talking about conflicting statements made by the SEC. Hold on, friends. Hold on. Is it digital asset a security? Oh, no. Yes. No. Yes. No. Is Bitcoin a security? No. Maybe. No. Can the SEC regulate digital asset exchanges? No, yes. Is the existing law clear? No and yes. Like, what are you talking about? This is ridiculous. It's embarrassing to the United States that yet another company that is producing a real product that is a part of a decentralized financial ecosystem. What? The SEC isn't playing fair. They don't want to play fair. They want you to know that they don't like crypto, and they're going to come after every company to let them know and the industry know that they're not going to give up their greedy fight. This is all greed. They talk about the crypto industry being greedy. We're not following rules. There are no rules. Plus, the SEC doesn't follow their own rules, and they also don't have any checks and balances. We need Congress to step in. We need the House Financial Services Committee to jump on in, the Tom Emmers of the world, to jump in and say, you know what, Gary, you need to calm yourself. I was going to say a bad word. Calm yourself and put out real rules and regulations. Although, can they really regulate the space when it's the Securities Exchange Commission? Oh, but there's also the Commodities Futures Commission as well, the CFTC. Wait, so if crypto's not a security, then the SEC maybe doesn't have the basis to seek after anybody, and then if crypto's a commodity, then it goes to the CFTC. But is crypto really a commodity or a security, or is it a real new technology that can't fall into any category and thus can't be regulated by these people that claim to be the ones in power? Something to think about. Something to think about. I think about this quite often. I don't think there's any balances here. I don't think there's any one sector or any of these agencies that really have the right to regulate cryptocurrencies. If they don't, exactly, Ronell, no jurisdiction. The SEC needs to let the markets work. And instead of focusing on crypto, which they're endlessly coming after, why don't you look at the banks? Why don't you look at insider trading that goes on within our own government and then come to crypto and say, hey, you know what? This is what we need to fix, because if crypto has to follow the same rules as the markets, which, again, it can't because it's decentralized and there's no one CEO of crypto in that industry. Come on, man. You got to be able to fix your own before you can fix others. It's like when you're on an airplane, they tell you put the mask on yourself before you help others. That's what they need to do with the SEC. Fix the trad markets and then come to crypto and complain. But you know what? They're all actors. Liz Warren's a paid actor. Gary Gensler's a paid actor. When we looked at the Treasury report talking about how risky crypto was and how stablecoins, you know what? We don't like stablecoins. We don't like Tether because it's not based in the U.S. And CBDCs would be the way to fix it. Who's behind that? Oh, Citigroup that has their own deposit tokens. Goldman Sachs. And who worked for Goldman Sachs?
Hucksters.
Gary Gensler.
Fraudsters. Scam artists. Ponzi schemes.
The proof is in the pudding, my friends. The proof is in the pudding. It's all connected. And it doesn't take a genius to put it together. Yes, no, it's fugazi, absolute fugazi. These people do not have the right to tell them or tell us and the whole industry what to do, especially when the banks are paying them to say that. And that is what I call corruption, that the banks are paying to try to crash the market and take out crypto, yet the banks are behind all of this illicit financing that goes on. And when in front of them, Liz Warren and the banks, she asked Jamie Dimon about, what would you do about Bitcoin? Jamie, I would bet I would shut it down if I was the government, which he knows can't happen. He's not stupid. But you know what? Who is he associated with, Jamie Dimon? Oh, he's part of one of the biggest scandals in history. Yet, it's all collusion. It's all corruption. That's what it's all about, is the money. All these people are selfish. They're paid actors. And if crypto wins and we fix the money and we opt out of their system, then the value of their system goes down. And they're no longer in control. Because if they can't control us with fiat, then what can they control us with? Because we could fund our own stuff. We could fund our own farms and food and all these stuff. We can outsource within our own community. We don't need them, but they try to make us think we do. We don't need any of these people. We the people are stronger, and they know that, which is why they can't let we the people have the power. It all makes sense. It all makes sense. It's not cool. It's not going to continue. I believe if some certain person becomes the presidente and all those things, though I would like to hear Kamala as well and see what she thinks of Gary Gensler, which we haven't really heard say much of anything right now in terms of the economy. We do have 7 more subscribers until we hit our goal of 17.4. Pump it up. We're so close, my friends. We're so close, yet so far. Yep, the banks are in trouble too, Black Hat. The banks are in trouble too. If you look at NYCB, it's crashing. Oh, wait, we've had over 2 bank failures this year. A lot more that they don't tell you about. It's such a joke. It's such a joke. I can't believe that the banks made it this far. I can't believe the banks made it this far. Look at NYCB. Wait, what? Hold on. NYC. Why can't I find NYCB stock? Wait. It says Flagstar Finance. What? Hold on. NYCB Flagstar. Did it get acquired? Did it get acquired? No. Well, its acquisition of Flagstar Bank Corp was completed. Okay. Wait, what happened to NYCB stock? No way. That is so shady. Wait, why did it transfer to from NYCB to Flagstar Financial? When we just checked this the other day. What? Okay. Guys, sus. So sus what's going on with these banks. They're so shady. Right, Pickaboo, I see you. Oh, it's so shady. This is so weird. Guys, the banks are failing, and they're not telling you. And if they actually put it on the news that all these banks are failing, what would happen? Everyone would take their money out. Remember Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing amazing, pumping right now. 71.3. We want to hit that 71.5, my friend. 71.5 is very important. Bitcoin takes off when the banks fail. Look down here. Signature Bank. We have it outlined right here. The candle right here is when Signature Bank failed. What did Bitcoin do? Pump. Because you know what? Everyone started putting their money into crypto. They know that the banks are failing. They know that the banks will not open one day, and that there's one button that they have to press to shut off everyone's bank account. The credit cards, the debit cards, nothing is going to work. And what are you left with besides cash and crypto? Nothing. And if you think that you're going to take your gold bar and shred a little bit of it at the deli counter, go buy yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese, you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. This is going down the toilet so fast. You can't even find NYCB stock anymore. But you know why? Because it was about to go to zero. Zero. So shady. They just take it off. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And now it's Flagstar Financial. When they acquired this, they acquired Flagstar over a year ago when that was failing too. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Blasphemy. Blasphemy. We got to talk about the banks because they're entering this space like wildfire. And Paxos, that was issuing their own stablecoin, and PayPal stablecoin, they were allowed to do that. Yet they sought after Binance, the SEC, sending Paxos a Wells notice saying, oh, you know what? We can't have Binance's stablecoin, Binance USD. We can't have that because that's security. But they were able to issue Paxos. They were able their own stablecoin. And then later after Binance, while that was still in litigation, PayPal, because that's a major institution. So you know what? Let them do whatever they want. No one says a word about it. Not one word. We know exactly what the deal was. They didn't like CZ. They didn't like Binance. They didn't want them to have any power or any sort of status within the USD world because they want all the control. And so now Paxos is continuing on the stablecoin train, is going to continue issuing stablecoins, but this time they're launching a USD-backed USDG coin, stablecoin, with DBS Bank, which is basically the largest, one of the largest banks out there. Regulated blockchain infrastructure company Paxos introduced Global Dollar USDG, a Singapore-compliant stablecoin whose US dollar backings are reserved and managed by DBS Bank. On October 31st, they announced the launch of a second localized stablecoin offering USDG in Singapore 5 months after establishing the UAE regulated interest-bearing Lift Dollar USDL stablecoin. Paxos Digital Singapore, the Singapore wing of Paxos, gained approval for USDG in July from the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the MAS, and at the time, Evie, the head of digital assets at DBS Bank, explained the reasoning behind partnering with the crypto company, saying, quote, stablecoin issuers will find that our solutions will help them meet the robust standards regulators and customers expect from them. This partnership further expands DBS's wide-ranging involvement across the digital asset ecosystem. We're not going to see the banks stop. The banks are continuing to come into the space, and they know stablecoins are a way to get people to use digital currencies that are stable, that are pegged to one currency, like the dollar, for example, or the dirham, or all these other stablecoins that now exist. The banks are not going to stop, and it starts at stablecoins because they could censor you, and if they think you're not doing anything good, then, oh, you're just going to get your funds frozen. Man, that's not how it should work. That's the antithesis of crypto. However, I think that stablecoins do bring good to the dollar and its dominance throughout the world, because if you have stablecoins, hyper-dollarization, other people in other countries that have ridiculous amounts of inflation, they're going to be able to hold value somewhat in a digital dollar versus their own fiat currency that actually implodes on a daily basis. And then you also have Bitcoin, which holds its value quite well. Banks are never going to stop. The institutions are never going to stop. Never at all. Never at all. Because that's just what they do. They need to gain control. They're greedy people. Though Franklin Templeton is one that's quite interesting. I think I have a spot for Franklin Templeton. I think they're doing some things that are quite interesting. However, they're taking its tokenized treasury fund to Base, which is the layer 2 for Coinbase. It's the first asset manager on Base as well. This is a $410 million fund that's available on other blockchains as well. Very smart of Franklin Templeton. The Wall Street giant said its on-chain U.S. government market money fund, FOBXX, is now available on Coinbase's Layer 2 blockchain Base. It becomes the 6th blockchain that shares of the fund can be traded on. They're already available on Arbitrum, Polygon, Avalanche, Aptos, and Stellar, which functions as the primary public blockchain. Quote, this is the first large asset manager to directly launch on Base, a clear signal to investors and issuers of what's to come, according to Anthony Basile, the head of tokenization at Coinbase. We see that Base has become one of the most popular layer 2s in this space, and that they execute layer 2s faster and cheaper transactions than the Base Ethereum blockchain. Though, if you can't fix layer 1, how can you have all these layer 2s? What's the longevity of those? However, quote, financial institutions like Franklin Templeton are increasingly taking advantage of fast, low-cost, on-chain tech to modernize the financial system. Coinbase making that bread, Franklin Templeton making that bread, and they're putting that bread with that butter and smearing it all over the blockchain, my friends, all over the blockchains. So this fund is also available on Stellar, Aptos, Arbitrum, Polygon. Smarter Franklin Templeton. If you think that they're not smart, then you're crazy. They know exactly what they're doing. Oh, let's spread ourselves across the blockchains, make people happy, and then they'll get into our fund. optics, good PR. That's what's going to make them successful, Franklin Templeton. That's what makes Grayscale so successful, that they are looked at as a good actor, for a lack of a better word, for the crypto community within TradFi. They're the only reasons, Grayscale specifically, is the only reason we have a Bitcoin ETF. The only reason. So shout out to Grayscale for being one of the first and the first to really fight for us within the TradFi space. Shout out to the Piper Academy for rating in as well. Shout out to all of y'all, Army Piper, OC Tradefly, everybody coming for that from that channel. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Thank you. How many likes we got? How many likes we got? 103, my friends. We need 150 likes. We need 150 likes. Chef Dave is here. Memory Man, happy Friday to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see, we got Squeaky. Mr. NC is in the chat. Jep, welcome. Who else we got? Who else? Do. All right, let's see. What goes on with this? Oh, Gary's asking about the fake Satoshi. It's not even worth talking about the fake Satoshi. I feel like everybody's trying to be like, oh, we know who Satoshi is, or I'm Satoshi. Come on, stop it. Until somebody goes and moves the original Bitcoin wallet for Satoshi, like moves some Bitcoin and signs a little something on there that says their name, stop the madness. Or go on their own old Bitcoin forums and writes a message, say, hi, I'm this and that, send. Like, this is absolute insanity. If you're trying to claim you're Satoshi, then you prove it. Until then, stop talking the yip, move on, and stop trying to chase Satoshi's clout. I would love to know who Satoshi is, because I feel like Satoshi, with all these people that are claiming to be him, he's sitting there, you know, on his couch, scrolling through Twitter, and he's like, oh, man, this is so funny, this fool out here trying to say that they're Satoshi. That is ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Satoshi must be a hoot, man. Saying, you know, I'm just chilling. Everyone's trying to be me. And I'm not even out here right now. I'm just chilling. I'm just doing what I want to do because I chose to be anonymous. What a, like, and it shows how, like, humble Satoshi is. Like, his ego is not big. His ego is not big because he's not trying to take the credit and say, yeah, you know what? That was me, suckers. Like, nah, Satoshi's humble. His ego is not big. He's a good dude. Shout out to Satoshi. You guys are funny. But we are all Satoshi in one way or another. Golden is Satoshi. I believe Golden can confirm, but I believe he was around in the Satoshi era, like 2011, 2012. Is that correct, Golden? I believe that is. Kamala Satoshi. That's hilarious. That's Tom says Satoshi is Craig Wright. I know Craig Wright went through his trials and tribulations. I would like to have a conversation with Craig Wright. Hopefully one day I can have him on the show. Would you guys like to see Craig Wright on the Randi Hipper show? Put a 1 or a yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. Do you think that Craig Wright should join the Randi Hipper show for an episode and I interview him on his trials, his tribulations, who he is, and get to know him a little bit better? Let me know in the chat. Do you think we should interview Craig Wright on the show? Brokoshi, hello, my friend. Hello, welcome. Drew the Gnome thinks that Satoshi's dead. I don't think so. I don't think Satoshi's dead. Cletus, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you for the heart. Let's see. Oh, we do have Bitcoin still making a move. It did hit 71.5. Yes, Bitcoin, rock on. Bitcoin is looking good, guys. She's pamping today. We need that VWAP to turn around. We need some more money flow. Golden says, I was mining right next to Satoshi during the golden years. See, Golden knows what he's talking about. He was around during the Satoshi era. I know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Golden. Shout out to Golden. But I don't think Satoshi's dead. Golden, do you think Satoshi's dead? I would like your input on that. Do you think he's dead? I don't think so. I think Satoshi is alive and well, and he's just chilling and laughing at all of us. But we do have an interview to play from CNBC from the Florida CFO. The Florida CFO has been going off, and he's like, you know what? Donnie T made a good point that there should be a sovereign wealth fund for Bitcoin in the United States to help, hopefully, save our debt, which is over $30 trillion. The Florida CFO's hopping on that train again, like I said, and he's like, you know what, man? I'm happy. I'm chilling. And I think that Florida and Floridians can make a lot of money if we have our Bitcoin and crypto portfolio. Golden doesn't know if Satoshi's dead. I don't know. But regardless, Bitcoin is the best thing to bless this earth. Take a look at this interview of the Florida CFO on CNBC.
To invest Florida state pension funds into crypto. Let's bring in Florida CFO Jimmy Patronis. And it's good to see you again. It's been a while, Mr. Patronis.
Great to be with you, Joe.
This, I guess, is in response to some, I guess, comments from former President Trump regarding a U.S. strategic crypto reserve, which, interestingly, would follow something that we've seen in Wisconsin and Michigan. And you sent a letter to the State Board of Administration, I guess, sort of pitching this idea. It's not something that I guess a lot of people think is, with the fiduciary responsibilities of state pensions, they don't maybe always think of crypto or Bitcoin in that respect. Why do you?
Well, crypto's not going anywhere. It's not going to contract. It's going to continue to be expanding. And I think we'd be a fool if we're not prepared to do everything we can to harness the opportunities there. Yes, I'm a fiduciary over the state's pension funds, and I need to make sure that the legislature is armed with all the tools and resources. So I put it to our SBA investment team. Let's get all the tools on the dashboard. Let's look at everything that we can do to possibly leverage this opportunity. I'm very bullish on Florida. You can probably figure that out by now. But as we had 400,000 new net Floridians come to Florida last year alone, our state's reserves are 4 times now higher than they were in 2020. So again, we're in a good place. I like to pay down debt. I see there's an opportunity that's very bright with Florida's future, but we need to be prepared for what crypto can bring to our investment portfolio.
Do you think China is trying to fool the rest of the world into thinking they're not interested in crypto? I mean, they've, in the past, they've said some negative things about Bitcoin. You think we need to stay ahead technologically, and that China, in fact, is making and is interested in making inroads into crypto?
No, look, if you're not paying attention to it, you're making a mistake. It is real. It's not going anywhere. I mean, again, like I said, I'm very bullish on Florida. We saw a surge of cryptocurrency interest and activity as we had 2020 in Miami. I think that at one point you're going to see Miami as the crypto capital of the world. But I'm going to continue to push forward to make sure that we're doing everything possible to take advantage of this. It's not emerging. It's here.
Jimmy, this is an interesting, just a quote. Recently, Governor DeSantis also leaned forward to protect the personal finances of Floridians from government overreach and woke corporate monitoring, and by signing legislation to fight back against the central bank digital currency, CBDC. So you're actually looking at this, the CBDC is a centralized currency, which is sort of the antithesis to what crypto or Bitcoin aims to be. So there's a sort of a tinge of some political rhetoric in that comment there. So you think that the government's going to continue to print too much money? You think Bitcoin is a way for Floridians to maintain purchasing power?
Thank you for making those points, because that's exactly where our head is on this. We look at the failed policies of Washington. I hope President Trump is going to be able to turn around, but I don't think it's going to happen overnight. He's walking into a real mess. But we need to be able to have a hedge against this massive overreach by the federal government with a centralized currency. Look, I don't want the federal government knowing when my son went to the grocery store to go buy a bag of Doritos at 2:15 in the afternoon. So we need to have some protections in place. And I think where we make it a welcome and interesting expansion of dialogues in Florida, and maybe even a greater expansion. We have about $800 million in crypto-related investments in our state portfolio, but I would not be shocked to be able to see that growing under a Trump administration in the near future.
And you think that en masse in the country, that the
This is so smart. So smart. He was like, you know what? Bitcoin's here to stay. We're going to have our funds in Bitcoin, and you would be stupid to miss out on it. He's so right. Sir Jimmy knows what he's talking about. He's also fighting against CBDCs. No CBDCs. Ron DeSantis said no CBDCs. Absolutely love it. This guy is absolutely on fire, fighting against all the controls. All the controls.
the U.S. Crypto is just going to become more important in terms of almost a sovereign fund, or in pension plans and retirement plans for government employees, Jimmy?
Look, as a fiduciary, I think it's very important. Look, I've got firefighters, I've got teachers, I've got state employees that were trustees over their pension. I need to make sure that we're doing everything humanly possible to get the best return on their investment. And if we're not being open-minded to what crypto can do to diversify that portfolio, shame on us. So again, it's a direction that we're going to start to push. We're going to be prepared to seize the opportunities presented by, just as your show has been speaking to earlier, the change of what the administration can bring in the future financial outlook of our country, our world. And Florida is going to be prepared to do the most for our fiduciary responsibilities that we take so seriously.
What an actual icon. This is why I moved to Florida, because of people like Sir Jimmy that are like, you know what? We're stupid if we don't embrace Bitcoin. No to CBDCs, and a Bitcoin fund would be great for pensions. Yay, Florida. And I do believe Miami has hope to become one of the crypto capitals and one of the crypto beautiful cities of the United States. This guy is smart. Don't miss out on it. Don't wait. Even within his letter to the SBA, he was talking about how other states are buying Bitcoin, are mining Bitcoin, and Florida should be doing the same. It's beneficial to the state. And already, if Florida was its own country, he wrote in the letter, it would be the 16th largest economy in the world. This state has a lot of cash. It's got a lot of people. It has a lot of power. And so, tip the hat off to Mr. Jimmy. Absolute genius. Absolute genius. And no TikTokers, you cannot hear the videos I play, which is why I preach, please, YouTube. YouTube. Please go to YouTube if you want to hear videos and see things. We also have Mark Dutch, a member for 6 months. Boy, oh boy, he said, thanks for the membership, Golden. Legend. Yes, he is a legend. Also, a member for 18 months, said, Zesty fam for the win, growing together. Well, thank you for being a member for a year and a half, which is insane. Insane. This show has been on for over 2 years now. Isn't that wild? It's not wild. I love this show so much. I love this show. Bitcoin doing really well, guys. Doing really well. Over that 71,450 level. Let's get it. We really want to target 72.3 next. 72.3 is the goal. Let's go. Can we hit a new high for Bitcoin? I sure hope so. We have Soft Shell. Hi, Mama Shell and Mini Shell. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Right, Justin? Michael C. Let's see. We're chilling. Oh, David B is in the chat. Welcome. Alexandra G. Mine G. She says, Emma, still no Memby. Boycott is still on for me 100%. No, listen, Alexandra G, use your emojis. Take advantage of your emojis. I'm sure Emma will get them back eventually. Shout out to Golden. He's so zesty. Golden is full of love and zest in the chat. Let's get it, guys. We're getting after it. We're getting after it. If you guys have chart requests, you can send it over. What I found very funny, a little humorous story. And also, we have a goal of 150 likes as well, if you guys want any sort of ravery today. We have 130 likes. We need 150. And we're coming up on the hour quite quick in 10 minutes. So we need 20 more likes, my friends. 20 more likes. Or 21 for Zest, you know. You never know. We know that CZ Binance has recently been released from prison, and then he hit the stage in Dubai for Binance Blockchain Week in high spirits, and he claimed that he was asked by prison guards about if he could tell them which coins to buy, which was wild. He served his 4-month sentence. He took the stage in Dubai. In the hour or so before his scheduled appearance, the main stage became full, wall to wall, is what I saw on videos. Altcoin Daily, one of the bros, Austin, opened the chat talking to CZ. Shout out to Golden for another 50 memberships. Guys, press the allow gift button. All right. First question Aaron asked was, how was your, Austin, so how was your summer? CZ saying it's not good, it's less fun, about prison. And then he was saying he thinks the whole experience is just very limiting. Your freedom is taken away, you have nothing to do, so it gives you a lot of time to reflect. He noted that while he was in prison, Donnie T and Kamama, respectively, had started talking about crypto. He said, I'm just sitting in prison, like, what the hell happened? What if I waited for 2 months? Asked about what's next, he said he's spending at least half of his time on an educational platform called Giggle Academy, something he originally announced last year. The project is aiming to provide digital education services to people who don't have access to educational resources already, which is quite sweet. He said, today there's about 700 to 800 million adults who are illiterate, and 2/3 of them are women. And on top of that, there's about, depending on which report you read, there's about 300 million to 500 million kids who don't go to school. When you look at educational apps, educational projects, they're all in places where they're all supplementing the existing educational system. So shout out to CZ that's trying to bring education. And I think that it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing what he's doing, Giggle Academy. Trying to help all these adults and children. And I like that he's not focusing just on children, that he's able to target all these other people that may not have the resources or have been given the resources to be educated on certain things. I'm very bullish on CZ. I think he's a good person with a good heart, and I don't think he would do all of this for no reason. So I strongly believe in CZ Binance. Shout out to him. And like I said in the past, I do not believe we know the full story of what really happened to CZ Binance leading up to his prison sentence and the billions of dollars that Binance had to pay for illicit financing. It's just a little bit weird what happened there. There was a clip on X that maybe I could pick up of CZ. Let's see. CZ Bananas. CZ Bananas. Okay, let's see. There was one clip that was really good, but I can't find it. Oh boy.
Alone, if you have no community, then you will not end up well, I think. So. No financial advice. The guards did ask you for altcoin picks. Actually, I did have a couple of guards recognize me and then ask me like, what coin should I buy? I'm like, I better not pick the wrong coin. No, I told them, look, I'm inside. I don't have any access to information, right? So there's no internet. All my information is through like some limited length messages my friends or family send me. And we don't talk about crypto. So I did get a few guys ask. I did get a few guards ask me that. I did make a couple of friends who I still keep in touch with. So, but no, everywhere you go. So to be honest, I think they're very nice people in prison. So people are very chill.
So he had a chill time in prison. He did a lot of push-ups, which a lot of people are taking pictures of CZ. They're like, CZ's ripped right now. And so CZ's looking good. He's feeling good. And he also commented on how he was the only one who went to jail for this in U.S. history. Watch this clip.
So that's a very subjective one. If you ask opinions from anybody, they will say different things, right? So I think, well, let me caveat with a couple conditions. So there's a plea agreement, which I agree to. And I'm in part of the plea agreement, I cannot say anything bad about the plea agreement. And I don't intend to. I think, look, you enter into a deal, and that's the deal. Separate from that, there's the sentencing, which I got 4 months for incarceration. And then there was the process of going through the prison experience. So in terms of sentencing, the judge has a really tough job, right? So if you ask one side, they will say, it's too lenient. If you ask the other, my side, it'll be like too harsh. I don't care. I don't think about it's fair or not. So I can give you a couple of data points for people to benchmark. For this particular violation, which is a Banking Secrecy Act violation, we didn't register a financial company in the U.S. when we had U.S. users, and we failed to implement an adequate anti-money laundering program. For this particular violation, no one ever went to jail for a single violation, which is my charge. So I'm the only one who went to jail for this in U.S. history. And just 2 weeks ago, there was TD Bank got fined for like 1.8 billion. And when I was reading that, there were cases. I think you described that there were executives taking money to facilitate transactions, and no one was named. Just the company was fined 1.8 billion.
Exactly.
But fair or not, that doesn't matter that much. And then the judge also said a bunch of really nice things about me in court. Right? So he said, look, he never seen that many support letters. Seemed like a nice standing guy. But then he said he doesn't have to follow precedent. That's when I knew things were not good. And but then when I got into prison, I found out actually 4 months is a really short sentence. Everyone else there is like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 8 years. They're all in years, but nobody gets a few months of sentence. So from that perspective, I was pretty lucky. So I think in the judge's mind, he treated me very leniently. So again, it's a very subjective opinion. I try not to think about it. I think everyone here will have their own opinions, but I just want to move on. I think it is what it is. I did the time. I addressed it. I just took it head on, and now I can move on.
CZ, spoken like an alpha male. Spoken like an alpha male. He's like, you know what, man? I served my time. I did what I had to do, and now we're done. So I think CZ's a darn alpha male, to say the least. And we do not know what really happened to CZ leading up to it. Like he said, he can't really talk about it, because a deal is a deal. So what really happened behind closed doors? I do believe one day we will find out. This was complete corruption, and even brought up TD Bank that facilitates millions and maybe billions of dollars of illicit financing. AML measures that were completely disregarded, and the company didn't even get fined as much as Binance did, and nobody was named and no one went to prison, which was my whole rant when the story came out about TD Bank. Absolute garbage. And this is embarrassing. It shows the corruption, that they don't like CZ. They don't like that he was powerful. He went and spoke to more world leaders than Joe Biden ever has, and that's an actual fact. This man was on a plane every freaking day, and that's not a shot at our current president at all. It's just what the facts are. So he met with more leaders than our current president did. Sure, many more than whatever. The facts are the facts. The facts are the facts. And CZ was too powerful. He was making people like us retail money, which we already know that these people that run the current system, what do they want? Accredited investors. If you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in your bank account, then you're good enough to invest. So the richer only get richer, and the people like us just get lower and lower and lower, and at more of a disadvantage than ever. This is garbage. Garbage. And it makes the United States look bad yet again that they put someone like CZ in jail with no evidence. And if they said all these bad people were using Binance, show us a darn picture. They never have. They didn't give us any sort of on-chain analytics, being that this is all public. The blockchain is public. Everything from Binance is public. Yet what? Nothing. No evidence. Just absolute Garbage. CZ went to jail for being too powerful. And that's the reality. And that's the reality. They needed to take him down a notch. They needed to humble him. And I think he's going to keep getting after it. As we did hit 150 likes, is that the truth? Is that the like count? Do we have 150? Yes, we did. And we hit our subscriber goal. And we're right on the hour as well. Perfect timing, guys. Y'all felt the pressure today. Y'all were like, oh, wait, hold on. We got to rave. So we're going to do that, guys. We're going to rave. And again, if you guys want to hear that, you want to see that, go to YouTube, my friends on TikTok. YouTube. The YouTubes. So please make sure you guys check this out. Make sure you like while I go get my stuff. Well, let me go get my stuff. I'll be right back. We are going to get demonetized for this, but like, whatever. Give me a second. All right, let's get it. Oh, shoot, TikTok. Okay, I think I got it. Ronald, thank you for all your zest. Mini Shell's with her dad for Halloween, but I will rave double hard on her behalf. Well, shout out to my Mini Shell. All right, let's get it. All right, if you guys are ready for the rave, write rave in the chat. We need to see a wave of raves. Rave, zest, rave. Andy says, Randy should have at least 25,000 subs. Best thing to wake up to in the morning. I agree, my friend. I hope that one day we get there. I think we will. I think 25K is inevitable. We're going to try to get 20K first. We got to go step by step. Ooh, baby. All right, let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Let's rave. All right. Where's my button? Right there. How's my audio?
You're welcome.
Oh,
You're welcome.
thank you, Joe Harvey. Shout out to you, just in time for the rave. If you're bullish on the hat, write zest in the chat.
Hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
China.
Fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes.
I almost took out my hat.
China.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we vibing with this outfit, though? Like, do you guys think that the hat goes good with this dress? Are we bullish on that? So different without the music. I know, Saul. You got to go to YouTube. Ronell's feeling the vibe, though. Ronell's feeling the vibe. Thank you for all your zest over there, Ronell. He gave me sunglass emoji on TikTok. I put on my sunglasses. China.
China.
I just love that sound. It's so good. Guys, you got to add that girl, baby girl. Don't even play. I love that sound. That's also one of my favorites.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Don't even play. Oh, girl, baby girl. Don't even play.
One more.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Don't even play.
Yo, AOC is hilarious. You can't. Like, AOC is someone that, like, you know, everyone hates, right? But, like, she's a little crazy. She's a little crazy. And honestly, you gotta give her credit for being as crazy as she is. Because you know what? With an attitude like that, you have conviction. You have conviction. And if you could convince other people to get on your train, then God bless. She is hilarious. AOC is just like, I look at AOC as just comedic value. You know, I don't really take her too seriously.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Don't even play.
Shout out to AOC, man. Shout out to AOC. She's really funny. She's really funny. She's very humorous. Very humorous. Guys, that was awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here, man. We have a lot going on. Bitcoin is still above $70,000. Probably will cool off over the weekend, but if not, we're going to have a bullish weekend. And if we have a bullish weekend, then are we going to be mad about it? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we're getting after it, my friends. We're getting after it. And we have potatoes.
A potato flew around my room before you came.
But thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I really do. We're getting after it. We're going to have a good weekend. Bitcoin's doing really well. Keep calm, hodl on. Don't worry. I believe hopefully we'll hit some new highs soon. We're going to see some beautiful price action. I would love to see some beautiful price action pop up. But guys, thank you so much. If you haven't yet, please smash the like, subscribe, share it out with friends. Tune in to Piano Matty Beat tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern and tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. He plays at the piano bar live, and we love a live piano bar zest. So thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful day. Have a happy Friday, an amazing weekend. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.